Hey, Brendan here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. And welcome to College Football Stock Report Week 3 edition. I'm going to be joined by my podcast co host, Jason DiRienzo. And we're going to give you 4 stock up players and 4 stock down players. If you play Devy or C2C, you're going to love these videos. If you play Dynasty football and have come across this video, these are players you're going to be drafting in the next couple years in your rookie draft. So I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button. Help me grow the channel. This is going to be a weekly drop on this channel all fall long as we watch college football. Let's get to it. Enjoy the show. All right, Jason, let's get to our Devy stock report for the week, or week 3 report. Of course, I don't think you could really do a Devy stock report without talking about Arch Manning and all the Texas fans out there super excited, as we kind of talked earlier here about Arch Manning. I mean, he came in relief of, Ewers, who got an abdomen strain, and certainly looked the part. The fans were going nuts, man. He showed so much in the limited action that he got. Showing all the characteristics everybody has been excited about. The big arm, I loved his navigation in the pocket. I felt he went through his progressions. He made plays, off script, and to just for icing on the cake, the guy can rush with the ball and had no, issue at all just taking off with the ball and just looking really explosive. And I'll tell you what, if Texas can add that to their repertoire of now all of a sudden you got a quarterback that you got to worry about him rushing with the ball. Cause I mean, Quinn Ewers would, run up field if there was a hole or something like that, but that's not really part of his game. But Arch Manning, I think, made a statement with his rushing ability that is something that he is going to bring to the table when he does fully, get the job at Texas. But they got a really interesting situation on their hands right now, because I'm going to tell you, I think most of those fans, I did a film review with Ryland. Actually, I just posted on my dashboard for my dashboard subscribers. We watched his game against Michigan, Ewers, and he's very still inconsistent. So, if they were to make a switch to Arch Manning, and I know it was UTSA, and I get it, the competition, I certainly get it, but I think he shows all the traits that if you've got him as an asset, I mean, stock up for you. And if you took a shot with this kid in one of your C2C supplementals or startup drafts or something like that, good for you, because I think the future's bright for Mr. Manning.
He looked really, really good in this game. I'm gonna go to the running back position, and my stock up guy is gonna be Alabama running back Jam Miller. And Jam looks healthy, and he looks
Yeah.
explosive, and he's got that long speed that NFL teams are absolutely gonna covet. I want to see a little bit more creativity within his run style. I haven't really gotten a chance to really see that yet, but you can absolutely see the athleticism on full display, and he does not waste any movement whatsoever. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he commits and he goes. And so far, I'm really pleased with what I've seen from Jim Miller. So he is definitely a stock up.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be, it seems like, the RB1 for that team for,
Yeah, it looks that way.
yeah, and that's how they do it at Bama, right? The senior guys get
Right.
the run. So my second stock up player I want to talk about is Kaden Durham. I put a tweet out. I got a video I broke down on his game, LSU running back. He's an incoming freshman. I think he's like 5'9", 205 or something. But I'll tell you what, kind of as we mentioned earlier, is he looked really good. I mean, low center of gravity, his lower half is so strong. I mean, this guy was breaking tackles. He had guys bouncing off his lower half. And for as short as he is, he has got some stout to his lower half, and he was exciting. I mean, he was that spark that LSU needed in this team. So he had 11 snaps for 11 attempts, 98 yards, 2 TDs, averaging 8.9 yards. I think he also had a catch or two in this game as well.
Yeah, he did.
So he was used out of the backfield as well. But we've been waiting for the next good, great LSU running back, and we all thought it was going to be Caleb Jackson. And on this YouTube channel and podcast, we had him as a stock down, I think a week or two ago, Caleb Jackson, because he just doesn't look as explosive as Durham. So you got Durham, I got one share. At least I got one share, Jason. I don't know if you've got any shares or not, but he's looking good. It's going to be he is going to be, we're all excited, but he is a stock up player. They're going to continue to rotate as a committee at LSU, but expect some big games from Kaden Durham. He really just looked different than all the other running backs on LSU.
Yeah, his explosiveness, the size, everything. I mean, when I was watching him, and I had to put a tweet out there, an X out there. He just reminds me a lot of Devon Achane, like the impact that he can make with the skill set, the
Mhm.
explosiveness, the athleticism, the burst, pass catching ability, all of it. So that's a gem for LSU right now. I'm gonna go and stick with the running back position, and I'm gonna go to Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love. And this kid can just continues to press me every single game. I mean, you see the athleticism on full display, but it's the mental processing. I love how he just kind of navigates between the trenches, understands what he sees, exploits tackle pursuit angled attempts, and just knows how to laterally move with ease. Again, it's the athleticism, but also his pass catching ability. He's not being used the way he should be. There was a lot of practices and different things over the offseason where I saw him make some tremendous plays. He's a very good route runner. So hopefully we see this improve as the season goes on. It might be the Riley Leonard effect, but that's why I'm also bringing up Jeremiah Love. If we're looking for that running back who can be a very good pass catcher, has explosiveness, and has the ability to take it to the house whenever he has the ball in his hands, that can be Jeremiah Love. So just keep him on your radar for sure.
Yeah, he's you and I talked about him this summer. We thought he was going to pop.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
good to see that. Your beloved Notre Dame. I know you're a very happy man.
Thankfully, I
Yes.
am.
So, all right, there's our 4 stock up players. So we're going to talk about 4 players now that maybe aren't living up to the billing. And I'm going to kick it off with Mika Hudson, incoming freshman wide receiver from Texas Tech. Yeah, I think he was a top 3 wide receiver from all the
Mhm.
recruiting services. And I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to read a quote from the coach from this past week because he's getting drilled by the press. Where is Mika Hudson? Where is your 5-star wide receiver? And he said, and he got his first touch in the game. And again, man, he's a good football player, but we got other guys right now that are playing really well at wideout. And so, we're going to keep kind of going with that. And we're going with him here and there. He's got his package and he'll get in the game here and there. And again, I can't tell you how many touches he's going to have on a weekly basis, but that's kind of where we are in the plan moving forward. So, you know,
Mhm.
that is not what you want to hear from.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to get some spot plays, but he's not going to be on the field. We're expecting a Luther Burden type freshman season, right? On a team that
Right.
maybe you scratch your head like, oh, he went to Texas Tech. Like people were curious. You went to Missouri when you probably could have gone anywhere. But at least they were trying to get him the ball around the line of scrimmage, showcase his skills. I mean, it looks like Mika Hudson is just not part of the offense. And so he's got to be a stock down at this point. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, maybe he's just late to the party. Maybe he needs to grow up a little bit, get stronger. I don't know what the situation is, but he's got to be a stock down. He's a disappointment after 3 weeks of college football.
Yeah, I can agree with that, which is a shame. It could be the knee issue that he was dealing with before the season. Maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, that's a shame. That's absolutely not what you want to hear. I completely agree with you. I'm gonna go to the running back position. I'm gonna go with Iowa State running back Abu Sama. And I know he didn't play this past week, but from what I have seen so far, especially in the Iowa game, I'm not sure if I see the hype that was surrounding him as far as being an NFL prospect. I'm not sure if I see the acceleration, explosiveness, decision making seems a bit erratic. I know Iowa always has that front 7 defense that is extremely difficult to run against, but at the same time, that's what I want to see. How do you do against a defense that is as close as it possibly can get as an Iowa State team to an NFL type defense? And I'm not sure if I see it with Abu Sama. So far this year, he just has 94. No, I'm sorry. 94 rushing yards on 22 attempts. So you want to see a little bit more from a guy like this. He's also not being used as a pass catcher. So at this point in time where some may have him in their ranks, he's definitely a stock down.
Yeah, he was a faller in my update too. So that snow game last year sucked everybody in. I
Yeah,
forget I think it was Kansas State, maybe he played
I
for
can't
that game.
recall. I
I
know what
can't
you're talking
recall
about
either,
though.
but he had like 200 yards and 2 TDs or something crazy and looked like the next Barry Sanders out there. But so yeah, I think expectations were like a little high, right? So
Yeah.
but again, it's early. These stock down players again, just want to let everyone know. I mean, Mika Hudson, he's probably going to pan out, right? I mean, so we're just saying the
Oh, he better.
disappointments
God, he
through
better.
week 3, right? Through for all your
Yeah.
shares, right? All right, the next guy I want to talk about is Nick Harbor from South Carolina. All right, so I watched that game against LSU. He had 2 receptions for 18 yards. And big kid, right? Big athletic recruit coming out of high school. Everybody was, he was a speed demon. He's big. I think he's like 6'7", something like that, and 230 pounds or whatever. But he just looked really slow out there watching that game. I was specifically trying to watch when we were watching that game, and the reps that he got, even when he got the ball to like stop and laterally move and to kind of go upfield, it just didn't look like he had any pop right now. So, until I can see, because I mean, he was drafted pretty high. Everyone thought he was going to be that next,
Hmm.
size, speed, athletic freak that, was expecting really big things, and he just has
Yeah.
disappointed so far through 3 weeks. So, he just hasn't produced much at all. And this is his second year. And I mean, this is the year you would think if you struggled your freshman year and you were just trying to get acclimated to the college game, certainly understand that it's a big adjustment from high school. But coming into year two, he doesn't seem to be a primary target on this team. And for someone who was such a high recruit coming in, it's quite a disappointment.
Yeah, it's definitely quite a disappointment. Hopefully it changes. We'll see, but I can't disagree with anything you said. I'm gonna move over to the receiver position, and it's gonna go to the Nebraska receiver who had a lot of hype as a recruit, Malachi
Mhm.
Coleman. Big guy, showed that size speed combination. Looks like he's gonna redshirt this year, and that is not really what you want to see when they finally have a legit quarterback in Dylan Raiola, who looks like he could be, a big time NFL prospect when his time comes around. Isaiah Nayor, he transferred over from Texas. He looks like he is that primary receiving weapon right now for Raiola. They have a couple other guys in there too, but this would have been a great opportunity for Coleman with a quarterback like this in a system where there's opportunity. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Can't I tried reading up on what's going on. Couldn't really get anything other than it's just going to be a redshirt year from him, and that was really it. So for a guy that was really hyped up, hopefully we see something from him when he hits the field. But as of right now, we're going to have to drop him down because I know he was high up in some ranks, and that just doesn't look like it's going to pan out at this moment.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, these high recruits with 5 stars, I mean, they don't always pan out, so it is a
Carry on,
big,
Dickey. Oh,
yeah, there's another one, right? I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a minefield out there. It's a minefield in that Devy world out
It's
there. So
dangerous.
it's dangerous out there. So
Dangerous game we play.
that is right. So there's our Devy stock report for week 3.